Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Perkenalkan, nama saya Muhammad Isa Madani dengan NIM 2505090002 dari Prodi Pendidikan Teknik Informatika dan Komputer angkatan 2025, Fakultas Teknik Universitas Negeri Semarang. Di sini saya akan menjelaskan aktuator, control and feedback system. Welcome to this comprehensive overview of actuator control and feedback system. This presentation is designed for engineering student, junior engineering and mechanical or electrical professional seeking to deepen their understanding of fundamental control principle and actuator technology. We will explore the crucial role of actuator as the muscles of automated system and delve into the intelligent brains that control them through sophisticated feedback mechanism. Understanding this concept is paramount in modern engineering, as they form the bedrock of robotic automation, process control, and countless other technological advancement that shape our world. Prepare to gain insight into how machine perform precise, intelligent action based on control signals and real-time feedback. What is actuator? An actuator is a critical component within a machine or system that is responsible for moving or controlling a mechanism. It acts as the intermediary between a control signal, often electrical, but also pneumatic or hydraulic, and physical action. Essentially, actuator translate command from the system brain controller into physical motion or other tangible change. They are the muscles of any automated system, performing tasks such as opening valve, moving robot arms, positioning mirrors, or regulating fluid flow. The choice of actuator depends heavily on the application requirement, including the type of motion, force, speed, and precision need. Key function of actuator is mechanical movement, converting energy into linear or rotational motion. Second, temperature regulation, adjusting heating or cooling element. Third, three, fluid control, managing the flow of liquid or gases. Dalam aktuator itu komponen dari sebuah mesin yang bertanggung jawab untuk menggerakkan atau mengontrol suatu mekanisme. Aktuator menerima sinyal kontrol, biasanya sinyal listrik, tetapi bisa juga pneumatik atau hidraulik, dan mengubahnya menjadi aksi fisik, gerakan mekanis, perubahan suhu, aliran fluida, dan lain-lain. Aktuator menjadi aksi fisik, gerakan mekanis, perubahan suhu, aliran fluida, dan lain-lain. Aktuator adalah otot dari sebuah sistem yang menjalankan perintah otak controller. dan berfungsi seperti tiga di bawah, yaitu mechanical movement, temperature regulation, fluid control. Lalu types of actuator. Electrical actuator are the most common type, converting electrical energy into mechanical motion. They are widely used due to their ease of control, cleanliness, and efficiency. DC or AC motor. This motor generates continuous rotational motion. DC motor are typically used in applications requiring variable speed and torque control, while AC motor are favored for constant speed operation and high power requirements in industrial setting. They are found in everyday items from electrical fans to washing machine and large industrial machinery. Second, servo motor. Unlike standard DC/AC motors, servo motor are specifically designed for precise angular position or velocity control. They integrate a motor feedback device like an encoder and a control circuit into a single unit. This allows them to hold a position, move to a specific angle, or rotate at a precise speed with high accuracy, making them indispensable in robotic, CNC machine, and automation. Solenoids convert electrical energy into linear push-pull motion over a short distance. They consist of a coil of wire and movable ferromagnetic core. When current flow through the coil, a magnetic field is generated, pulling or pushing the core. Solenoids are frequently used in door lock valves and circuit breakers due to their fast response and a simple operation. Yang pertama yaitu DC/AC motor, yaitu itu menghasilkan gerakan rotasi, intinya ya itu menghasilkan gerakan rotasi berputar. Kalau servo motor itu motor DC yang dilengkapi dengan sistem umpan balik internal untuk kontrol posisi yang presisi. Kalau solenoid itu menghasilkan gerakan linear maju mundur dalam jarak jangka pendek ketika dialiri arus. Next, types of actuator is pneumatic and hydraulic. Pneumatic actuator. Pneumatic actuator utilize compressed air to generate motion. They are known for their high speed, simplicity, and robustness, especially in environment where electrical might be hazardous or less practical. Common applications include packaging machinery, material handling, and automotive assembly lines. They typically produce linear motion through cylindry, but can also achieve rotational motion with specialist design. Air compressor provide the power source, valves control the flow of air, cylinders convert air pressure into linear force. Second, hydraulic actuators. Similar to pneumatic system, hydraulic actuator use pressurized fluid, typical oil, to create motion. The incompressible nature of hydraulic fluid allow this actuator to generate immensely powerful force, making them ideal for heavy duty applications such as construction equipment, excavator cranes, industrial presses, and aerospace systems. They offer excellent for density and precise control over large loads. Hydraulic pumps generate fluid pressure. Control valves direct the fluid flow. Cylinders and motors translate fluid power into linear or rotation motion. Both pneumatic and hydraulic systems require careful maintenance of their fluid lines and seek to ensure optimal performance and prevent energy loss. Aktuator pneumatik itu intinya menggunakan udara bertekanan untuk menghasilkan gerakan. Biasanya menghasilkan gerakan linear, silinder pneumatik atau rotasi. Kalau aktuator hidraulik itu mirip dengan pneumatik tapi menggunakan fluida bertekanan. Fluida bertekanan. Aktuator ini mampu menghasilkan gaya yang sangat besar. Understanding control system open loop. To effectively manage actuator, a control system is essential. The simplest form is the open loop control system. In this configuration, the system operates based on a predetermined input without any consideration for the actual output or outcome of its action. There is no feedback machine to monitor the system performance or to correct any deviation from the desired state. Well, straightforward to implement and generally less expensive open loop system are best suited for application where the process is well understood. Disturbance are minimal and high accuracy is not critical. Their inability to compensate for external factor or system variation means they can sometimes lead to inaccurate or inconsistent result. Characteristic of open loop system is no feedback. The system does not measure its output, meaning it cannot tell if the desired action was achieved. Simple design, fewer component and less complexity compared to closed loop system. Third, cost effective, lower manufacturing and maintenance costs due to simpler design. For sensitive to disturbance, external factor or change in the system load can easily affect the output without correction. An example is a common toaster. You set a timer input and the toaster applies heat for that duration, regardless of how dark or light the toast actually becomes. It assumes to the program time will yield the desired result without checking the toast color. Sistem kontrol loop terbuka. Sistem ini bekerja berdasarkan input yang telah ditentukan tanpa memperhatikan output hasil aktual. Tidak ada umpan balik, tidak ada feedback dari output untuk mengoreksi aksi. Contoh, kipas angin. Anda mengatur kecepatan ke 3. 3 itu input. Kipas akan berputar pada kecepatan tersebut. Terlepas dari apakah ruangan sudah cukup dingin atau belum, sistem tidak tahu kondisi ruangan. Lalu, understanding control system, closed loop feedback system. The closed loop control system, also known as a feedback control system, is the foundation of almost all modern automation and precision engineering. Unlike open loop system, closed loop system actively monitor their output and use that information to adjust their action, ensuring the desired outcome is achieved and maintained. This continuous self-correction make closed loop system far more accurate, robust, and adaptive to changing condition. They can compensate for disturbance, variation in the system, and external influence, leading to higher performance and reliability. How it works? 1. Set point input. A desired target value is provided to the system. Contoh, 22 Celsius on an AC, 1000 rpm for a motor. 2. Sensor measurement. Sensor continuously measure the actual output or state the controller process. 3. Controller comparison. The controller compare the measured output from the sensor, the desired set point. The difference between these two values is the error signal. 4. Control signal generation. Based on the error signal, the control calculate and generate an appropriate control signal. 5. Actuator action. The control signal is sent to the actuator with performance and physical action, adjust the process and reduce the error. 6. Continuous correction. This loop repeats continuously, allowing the system to constantly adjust and maintain the output very close to the set point. A common household example is a thermostat controlling a heater. You set a desired temperature set point. A sensor thermometer measure the actual room temperature. If the room is colder than the set point, the thermostat controller turns on the theater actuator. Once the room reaches the set point, the heater is turned off. This continuous monitoring and adjustment define a closed loop system. Sistem kontrol loop tertutup. Sistem umpan balik. Sistem ini menggunakan output untuk memengaruhi aksi kontrol. Output dari sistem diukur oleh sensor dan diumpan balikan ke controller. Controller membandingkan hasil output dari sensor dengan nilai yang diinginkan. Contohnya itu AC. Air conditioner. Anda mengatur suhu set point 22 derajat Celcius. Sensor termometer di AC terus mengukur suhu ruangan aktual. Controller membandingkan suhu aktual dengan set point. Jika suhu lebih dari 22 derajat Celcius, controller mengirim sinyal ke aktuator atau yaitu kompresor untuk menyala dan mendinginkan jika suhu kurang dari sama dengan 22 derajat Celcius, kompresor dimatikan. Dan slide selanjutnya akan dijelaskan oleh teman saya. Dan ada video-video YouTube lain untuk menunjang pembelajaran pada pembelajaran kita, yaitu seperti
Today, we're going to talk about actuators. There's probably not a day that goes by where you don't use or encounter an actuator at home or at work. In this video, we're going to explain the purpose of an actuator, discuss the two types of actuators, look at the three typical
dan ini ada beberapa video untuk menunjang pembelajaran kita, dan saya akan menunjukkan bagaimana ini gambaran diagram antara open loop dan closed loop. Ini kalau open itu input, proses, lalu output. Kalau closed loop system itu input, proses, lalu ada feedback, terus output. Oke. Sekian presentasi dari saya, kurang lebihnya mohon maaf. Nun wal qalami wa ma yasturun. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.